Hey guys, welcome back to Vlogs. It is Tuesday, May 16th, and remember that program that I told you guys about in the last vlog? Well, here I am, back on campus, about to go to said program. So, yeah, I'm just parking here. Lucky parking is free during the summer, and we'll just walk up to where we're all gonna meet. So, yeah, it's a beautiful day. We won't really be doing too much like physical activity today, just because today's like kind of the introductory day. But yeah, let's get away. I'm just walking, guys, and it's crazy how dead campus is in the summer. Like, I said it last vlog when I was moving out, but just like there's practically no one here. It's so dead that they're literally like filming something here. I don't know what, either like a movie or some kind of like TV series. I have no idea. Like, but like everywhere I look, there's like, it looks like they're getting ready to film something. Who knows? But yeah, just I don't know. Alright, also we just like had like little introductions and everything. It's like almost 11 now. Now we're going to walk over to our van. We're going to be taken to like the actual like site in Ringwood, New Jersey, basically to meet the Rainbow Tribe. They had some issues with their land, and we're gonna just be checking them out, meeting some of the people that live there, and yeah, hopefully they'll allow me to film. Like, I'll try to film whatever I can and share it to you guys. Anyway, yeah, it's so dead in here. Like, look at this, there's no one here. Walking over, but there's palm trees. Hey, what? I mean, they'll live, but I guess they're trying to make this place look like somewhere tropical. Very interesting. Very interesting. Set design, I guess. And even my alligators. Watch out for the alligators.
For someone who didn't have a high education, He can tell you things about this town and this planet and people in history that I just sit and look at and roll my eyes. I don't know what you're talking about. He's so smart. So it goes to show you, it's like, it's the people, and a lot of people throughout history who never even had a degree are some of the smartest people on this planet. So, but curiosity, questions, no? You ready to move on then?
So let's take you in.
Yeah.
How you doing?
All right. Someone like, but I still know. You know what I mean? I'll still know. I want it. So, I find it like a fit. I never want it to be like it. It's like a fish. And I look at Jay, he's like, she lives right up there. This where you see Sheehan Drive, up there, and she's the left, you have the last house on the corner. Yeah. There's been a lot on that. She died of a broken heart. And the only upside is God took her home. She died on the this month was a rough one. My mom died on Mother's Day. So, and then I just lost her sister October 3rd, 2 days after my birthday. So, but it's like I have to learn. And my grandmother, she thought I was or I just wanted them, even if you just took all the toxic waste out and planted trees.
Yeah.
Even if there were just trees and bushes, and let nature have it back. But, like I said, after I got sick and I left, everything started to change with the government. And I understand partially why. Because, as Lautenberg said, that if I felt what I was doing was right, to never let nobody stop me. And that like sunk in my brain. I'm like, oh, I'm going to. And I just started saying, like, you know, it's all for the right reason. You know, all for the right reason. And I just didn't want to see any more people get sick and die, especially from what's leaving here. You know what I mean? Like the government's like, well, we're making it safe for the people in the community is what you asked for. I'm like, I think you got me confused. I wanted it safe here for my people. Of course I did. But I don't want anyone sick on the outside either, so you're trying to tell me that I asked for it to be safe here and not out there. I said, that's not what I'm asking for. I want everyone to be safe. And they sort of like just shook their heads like, we're trying to give them this. That's not what I want. I care about everyone. That's the way I was raised. So, and this was...
What was here before?
This was a horrible dump.
Okay.
Now before the dumping, it was just ground that people hunted on. They hunted rabbits and ground.
So there were houses on the side of the road?
Now, this was more of just like nature had it what it was. The river always ran down through Peter's Mine, down over there, and it was.
Is there a river that just past where it's?
Yeah, it's a stream that comes up. The hydraulically comes up out of Peter's Mine.
Okay.
There's two areas there. One comes from Sterling. The other one comes from the Sterling underground, and they run down the edge of it, and they run through, and then they end up in the park. Right. You know, but the thing of it is, it was like it was a horrible look. And you know what?
And it was.
Here's another
dumping
thing.
over here. Or
Yeah.
Was this, okay.
Dump where they want. Here's the thing. People don't understand. Even the lawyers for Ford says, well, it was probably their lifestyle. It wasn't a lifestyle that we chose. it was a lifestyle that you gave us no other choice. Like, I smoked because I smoked. Not because you forced me or you did or did.
Yeah.
Because I chose to. You know, I drank alcohol, not because you, me. But I sure to hell didn't deserve to be poisoned
Right.
by someone else or some big
I
corporation.
understand that.
So you poisoned me, but you blame me for being sick
Right.
because of the way I live or my lifestyle. Or they say it could be genetic. Oh, you're right. Because it could have affected my mom,
Yeah.
who could have
Passed on,
affected,
yeah.
passed it on. So every trap I tried to catch them in, they didn't like me more and more for that because I was supposed to be the dummy.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'll tell anyone. I'm not the smartest, but as smart as I am now, because they made me that smart. So, yeah, it's just, you know.
Well, let's go
All right,
visit
so
the other side.
we're gonna turn around. Look, the mine is over the hill here. There's actually a couple of different shafts, but they're fenced in.
Okay.
Now where we just turned and we came up this hill, these 2 rows of houses were all done by the community. The South Housing Program, funded by the government. Now these houses were being built, and after a couple years, 3 on this side going down, one was started to sinking. I guess they woke up one morning and the foundation had dropped like by 7 feet, I think it was. But they were told before they built, the town engineer was sort of against,
Yeah, come on in, Took.
it was against the government basically forcing them to build here because of the mines. Now on this side was where the one sank. The other 2, there were major cracks. They think they were going to sink into one of the mines. So they end up relocating them. And the purpose of them having them build here was so that the town could continue dumping over the hill here where the little boy fell in. So they basically made them sign a road agreement saying, okay, we'll take care of the road for you, but you have to give us access to be able to dump in that hole. So of course, you know, like the American dream is having your own home for your children and whatnot to raise your family. That's the American dream. So that's what the people were thinking of. It was the American dream finally coming true. They were going to build 16 homes. Well, this is what Vivian nicknamed Cancer Alley, because all 16 of these homes had numerous cancers in, and right down to children died. So basically, Vivian named this Cancer Alley because this was a government program for the people to build them their homes so they have more pride. You know, owning your own home. Again, it's the American dream. But this would be a death trap. And yes, granted, a lot of hazardous waste has been removed. This was called Blood Hill. And also where that fence is there, in the embankment, there was a shaft that went down to where like ShopRite used to back up, dump all their food and everything. And there was one time where the rodents were just, the rats and everything was just so bad you had to be scared to death to even come up. Because it was like feeding them down there.
Yeah.
And on the far side of this fence, what you can't see, and you'll see they put the towers through, and then decades later they'd be like, well, when it rains, don't go under it because of radiation. Well, that's a little late because we always were
Yeah.
playing on them because it was cool to climb them.
Yeah, but
Not knowing it, the mist was radiation. So now over this hill, there's a wetland that goes out to the main drag and goes down, connects to the one down where we turned in, and it goes into the reservoir. Well, there was a chunk on that hill they said was 200 by 400 feet by 2 feet thick lead paint. That was just one solid piece. That they did this whole area here. But they do what they call a superficial cleanup. Surface cleanup is what you could call it. Yeah. And I think like the big thing was that again the borough had this dump illegal. They had one up by a house that I used to own was illegal, but it was the dump ground is what it was. And again, all of the case studies that has been done, state, federal, New York, New Jersey, it's been on people living from a mile to 3 miles away. There's never been a study on people who live on a site because they claim there is no one who's ever lived on a site. You live around the site. So all the studies says that. Now that if you research, you'll find that even different states and even around the country where people that were, especially women, 1 to 3 miles from a site, the highest rates of like the bladders, the lung, the ovarian, the breast. Now this is 1 to 3 miles away. So they didn't want to do a study on people here because in reality, they were happy for, especially maybe even the people in New Jersey, to think that no one lives on a landfill. People live around them. You know, I move in a neighborhood where, oh yeah, there was a landfill there, but I moved around it. But we were living on it. So if through all their testing and all the science, basically, if it says like, and most what they said was, I do believe that is true, that some of the chemicals that were found here could be a latency period could be 5 years to 50 years before it may react, because every human is different. Like what may react on you may not on me. But I think they were correct on when they said it would be from 5 to 50 years, because most of the people a couple years younger and a couple years older than me now, like I said, they're being hit. There was 8 so far. We're only in May. So normally it's a couple, maybe every couple years it's 4 or 5, but they're maybe little kids up. But now this wave came, it was all the people around the same age, or by a couple upper or lower. So it really came as a vengeance, although.
And these are new cancer diagnoses.
Yeah.
This year.
They have every type of cancer that you can, if you go on and look at types of cancer, and you go on for here, they have every type of cancer that's known. It'll be okay, it's a foot or 2 foot below 3 foot away, so it's okay. But we all know that's going to come to the surface. But I guess again, it's about money, and I understood that was the biggest thing that was thrown out there, was for the cleanup to be the way it should be. And there's no way. There's just not the money. There's just not the money. So, but at least you can sit down and say, okay, well, there's almost 2,000 sites through all kinds of stuff. So you got to understand that part. But it's like, you have the polluter who's probably a trillionaire. They're living in monster homes, 15, 20 rooms for 1 or 2 people. And you feel sorry for them. You know what I mean? You feel sorry for the killer. And like I said, it's just like, it's the protect the polluter thing that I really didn't see from the beginning, but I started seeing it years later. And like I said, I'm thankful to the people who helped me from the community, to all the nonprofits who came and called them. They were honestly there for me. But when they called me because they needed something, I went. I was nervous and a little scared sometimes. I'm traveling this town, that town, because I really don't know anybody. But I felt that I owed them, because when they needed them, they came. So it's like I felt the right thing was to help each other. And so I think that helped push the momentum a lot faster too, because like a lot of other like nonprofits were getting involved, because there was people out there who really cared. But one said, you have to care for yourself before someone cares for you. And I was like, I understand that. And it made the most sense. Like, you need me, I need you, we're there for each other. And it was just the government who basically, if I relied on the most, well, we did relied on the most, would be the biggest failure. Because it's like, the hard thing for me was to ask someone who was a part of hurting us to help me. So that was sort of took choice. Then I had to go to that agency and ask, and I'm like, well, it's not for me. It's not for me.
Right, the same agency that permitted
Yeah.
this harm.
Well, and pretend that
right?
they didn't
And
know.
Then, yep.
And then, like I said, again, you take EPA. I can't even be lenient with them because their inception was 1970, and you're still failing at this date. And there's no transparency, because this is why we went to DC. We wanted transparency in the government, because the government has a history of always hiding stuff. So we went for that reason. We as a people wanted transparency, good or bad, but we need to know. So it functioned that way for a few years, and then it went right back to, like I said, and it's the devil. Management are bad, but they gave him the key to the door to punish the criminal, and instead he punished the people he was supposed to be fighting for, and he took honor in that, And then one of the biggest things, when I did find out that basically he kept suggesting, which is basically telling Ringwood this, maybe this is, if you use it for this, then it's okay, we can go this way and we can back off, and you and Ford deal with it. Like, wait a minute, it's like letting two kids fight, and you as a parent standing there watching your two children fight each other say, well, settle it, whoever gets hurt, it doesn't matter. But we were being hurt. You know what I mean? It wasn't the bullies, it was us being.
Yeah.
So, I think he failed miserable, and I don't even know if he'll even attempt before he retires and gets out to even try to right a wrong. I doubt it, because it's who he is, but it was his job. It was his job. And like I said, it's like this here to filter it. But of course, there you go again, it's that thing, it's green machine. It's money, big money, because you'd have to build 4. That's big money. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. So maybe if we have enough monitoring wells in and put as many as needs be, but to have them checked like every month, maybe every 2 weeks, not coming and saying, well, we're not using this well anymore because it's old. So 8 of the original wells that used to serve this whole town, they've sealed and capped with a hydraulic cement because they said they were old. You put in new ones that you're not using. But now are you putting in shallow wells, deep wells, close to the same spot, away from the spot, because we know how the game is played? This is compromised. Why would I put another well there? Doesn't make sense. I have to move it somewhere else. If this one's 100 feet, maybe I'll make this one 50. But it's away from it. So, but it's like you don't know. You don't know, and there's not enough governmental push, because the town doesn't want it either, because they see it as like a stigma. Because people were not really moving into the town that much, and more people were moving out. And so if the recycle opens and they do delist the site, you're going to have, probably more people moving in. But if you have a well that's local, my advice would be to, when your well is dug, that you make sure you test it every 2 weeks, because if the neighbors is compromised, so are yours. Some of the people in the other area now are telling me that they get their water test and they're telling them don't drink it. It's just told us that years ago. You know what I mean? So, but I the goal for me, and now, is they already got the agreement signed. They're going to have the recycling center, but just to try to put enough pressure on Mugden to make sure that it's going to be tested not every 6 months, every twice a year, 5 years, then you monitor no more. Not that crap. You need to monitor it for life. Every month for life. Forever. But I don't think they're going to do that, because again, it's a money thing. And Mugden already proved that Ford owns them. EPA, it's a shame too, because I think although they could have done such good, what they were created for, I think they could have done so good. DEP, they need to step up their game, and hopefully I get to talk again, to the commissioner, and I have a few concerns that hopefully he can answer, but I read his bio,
guys. As you can see, we had our guide Wayne. He talked about how how many of the people that live around where he is, they were affected by chemical waste in their water, and to this day, government and just anyone that has said that they would help has done very little to help them. So yeah, that was really cool documenting that. But yeah, so I'm gonna end this off right here. I actually have to go to work right now, but I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye.
It's over.